All right, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, we're going to do the last bump up on the Highland Volunteer, but mostly the video is going to be about what the plans are. Just a few odd questions on the internet or the thing that I've gotten, and for everybody that's like emailed me about like proposals and stuff, man, I right there, I appreciate y'all so much for keeping me in the loop in your projects and what you want to do. Um, I'm just paralyzed. There's some that I got to turn down. It's not that I don't want to like be involved with all of them. I do. I just can't do some of it. Is what I'm trying to get at. Um, what am I going to say? Oh yeah, next year is, or hopefully this coming year is, and this volunteer was kind of like the catalyst to this. Is I'm hoping for something small. Actually, I'm hoping for something really big, but I'm not going to hold my breath for that. I got a few things that are in the works, nothing like rock solid or anything like that. Um, and so I want to kick this out for everybody that's ever followed me throughout the deal. I wish I could go around to everybody's project and help you build. I can't, y'all. I'm paralyzed in a wheelchair, and to like get a hotel that's not real anymore. Um, there's just so much that just doesn't. There's so much in this world that is not handicap accessible that it boggles the mind in 2020. I mean, or 2022. I'm sorry. I just can't. I can't fathom how much handicap inaccessible places are. In basically the money that I've ever asked about, like going like to help on different projects, is I was wanting 30,000, and that covered the price of a bus and what I could do to fix it up. Now that's like 60,000. The same thing. I mean, literally, it just doubled in price. Um, and to make it handicap accessible, or to buy the bus that has the handicap ramp and jazz like that, is what I'm trying to say. And to make it mobile so I can get to the job site and stay on the job site. It's not feasible for me to do a lot of your projects. I love the offers, and I mean, I really do. It's just not feasible, is all it comes down to. Um, and for my personal thing, what I was hoping for is like a bigger ranch. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to liquidate everything that I've ever done, knowledge, whatever. I've had a few of those people that kind of like this is their thing, is what I'm trying to get at. And I've always asked 100 million, as long as there's a ranch in Del Nor, okay, that stays for sale. It's been the cheapest piece of property that's, but there's no house or nothing like that. There's a reason it's cheap, but it's on the highway. Um, as long as that place comes for sale or stays for sale, I would, every trade secret that I know about the plant, everything that I can even dream up, and I would be in the whatever you want to call it, the supply loop or whatever you want to say, the supply chain to your project. The property can grow over 500 acres of hemp. It's quite small compared to some of the other ranches that I was looking at, but that's the best I can do, is what I'm trying to say. And but the advantageous part of it about being so small is that it's only 25 million to get into it. And I know that sounds like a massive amount of money, but not for an irrigated farm. It's actually like low, or whatever you call that, average or whatever like that. It's that land is extremely expensive. And equipment doesn't go down; it only goes up. Everything is expensive. Nothing's for free. But as long as that farm is available, I would trade everything I got for 25 million. If that one's not available, there's only one other farm that fits my ability, being handicapped, and it's 100 million. And that's why I've always held out for that 100 million. And it stays on the market because nobody's really going to grab this thing because it's so expensive. But that's why. I mean, whoever owned it was more than likely handicapped themselves. Um, but that's where it stands. Um, and the plant, the reason I'm making the video today is because the girl is gonna. It's time for it's to be done. It's a good volunteer, never gotten wet. Um, I did dig down, but I didn't dig down like right here. Before it's all said and done, I'm gonna dig down like right here. Um, I should have done that and paused the video, but maybe I'll do that. No, it's okay. I don't got video editing, y'all, is what it comes down to, and and I just wanted to show you the plant one more time, how it finished out. It's doing real good. For not having any additional water, um, with an average of 8 inches here annually, is for a volunteer. This did really extremely well. And just out of giggles, I'm going to try to dig in this hole right here and to see exactly what I can do. I'm going to try to pause this. All right, in the magic of video, here we go. Let's see if I can't get in there to show you this, because I found something kind of unique that I'd never thought I was going to see, except I can't see the hole in the camera. Hang on, y'all. The sun is right on it the wrong way. Whew. Okay, I can't see where I'm pointing, y'all. Is what it is. Y'all be able to see this. I won't. Over on this side of the hole, there's some little roots coming from this plant. But look over here on this side. That's a great big root coming from these. Coming from the ones that I water. At least surface water. So this plant, no, it has not gotten any additional water. I mean, that's... Let me back up so I can show you, because that you can see in the sun. It won't be in that shadow. I'll show you exactly how dry that is. That's dry. I mean, that's dry. That's normal, and it dug like normal desert. I mean, it was hard, like I had to use the bar to bust it. Okay, guys. Now that I've got the plant dusty and dirty on the bottom, it stayed clean. I see the branch over here that I must have dropped some dirt on somehow, or blew on it. But what I was going to say is I have some neighbors that didn't do so good this year, and I was going to take the lower branches off of this one, and so they'd have a seed that it may not be the highest THC. Actually, it's really low, but at least they won't have to like skunk out. It's a shame when people do that. It's not a succulent. It's not a garden vegetable. If I've said that 10,000 times, I've not said it enough. It's a fast-growing hardwood that has to be treated like that. The roots have got to stay dry. I would never assume this dry, but it's more than enough for the plant. The desert is full of plants that can grow in the desert. Let me turn around so I can show you. Let's see out here. We got, yeah, okay, let me see. I can't really identify any of them as like different things. I had a girl here, she said some of it was like a trumpet grass or something like that, and it represented gold. But other than that, I really don't know anything about the fauna or the flora fauna of the desert. I wish I did. This back home, I used to know every tree. And I could, I mean, from every leaf and every tree. And here I'm kind of like a novice again. But I just need a class is all. But like I was saying, these plants can grow here, but cannabis can thrive here. There's a big difference. And the only thing that the BLM or whatever they would need to do, I mean, on a government scale, is to terraform or to terraplane or to plane on contour, just a line, and then sow the seed on contour of the property, and allow the rest of the vegetation to stay. The hemp doesn't require everything, and you could grow more than an adequate amount straight on the desert. Can it compete with anything out there? You bet. And the nice part about the hemp is once the plant. Let me see if I can get around. No, I don't got no place. This soil here that I have is half made up from the plants. Some of it is made up. I bought it, but the majority is just the plant itself going right back into it. And I mean, even like to the ends of the flower, to the ends of everything that I use, If I don't feed it to the chickens, it goes back into the soil. It's all ground up. I basically stopped doing experiments anymore. Um, Anything now that I want to do much stronger, which would require like woven cloth of the bass fiber, um, which is kind of more expensive. And in some of these older dumb videos, I mean, you're talking $1,000 a pop on some of them or more, just because the material wasn't available back then, and everybody was wanting $10,000 or nothing. And but I don't know, y'all. This is getting long and lengthy, and I just wanted to tell you where I'm at. And harvest is about done here, and I'm just waiting for a section in the drying room to be done. And as soon as I can get it down, then pretty much everything out here is going to go in. They're just waiting their turn at this minute. We got really excellent weather this year, a unique one and a blessing for Colorado. Normally we have challenges, but it's a unique, beautiful year this year. Dry, super dry, but nice year as far as weather. So, but that's where that plant and the seed and all that is going to go. There were some people that were asking me about that. Don't know, y'all. If you want seed, another project or what like that is let me know, and I would like to help you out, that kind of thing. But this one's kind of spoken for, is what I'm trying to say. And it'd be so expensive is it just wouldn't be worth your time, is what I'm trying to say. That's just that valuable to me. But I do appreciate all your follows, all your questions, and if I try to explain the best I can. If I'm not really into talking anymore, the talking I do on these videos is about as much as I want to do. I've done as much telephone, all that. I encourage these businesses. There's a guy he's asked me to work with him, and like he said that he'd be willing to put millions of dollars into research and development. That is what I've been actually after, is not for me to get it, but just for other people to actually put the time and the effort into the plant. And I'm thankful for guys like this. Not that I want to work with them, and not that I don't want to work with them. That's not even relevant. All I'm saying is just for anybody putting effort and resources into this to research the plant and what it's capable of, because the fiber and the strength, everything that I've shown is really child's play, y'all. The stuff that I didn't show, and I can't because they keep demonizing the damn videos, is stuff like graphene and gasification. That's where this plant is going to shine. It's going to power the world. It easily replace CO2 neutral diesel and aviation JP3 and 4 is right in that plant in the seed. The meal is more protein than steak. It makes any other grain crop look nutritionally bankrupt. It's the tree of life. And anybody that says it's not, well, they've never read the book or they're a hypocrite. That's just all that's to it, because it's the tree of life. You can house yourself, feed yourself, clothe yourself, build all your textiles, your ropes, or I didn't mean textiles, but the ropes and stuff like that. I mean, all your cordages, and that's what I was meant to say, is cordages. Your cordages, it's a tremendous resource. It's about 450 gallons of oil per acre, which is the most healthy oil that you've ever consumed. I wouldn't fry in it. It's diesel fuel. I mean, if you take the glycerin out of it, that it's like white hot diesel fuel. Without the smoke, you don't got that nasty billowing unburnt stuff. I mean, it's a quite unique fuel. Please give it research money. I can only beg that somebody would give a $100 million grant, because what I would use it for is to buy a farm so I can continue the research on a level what I need to be next. And that's like, bass fiber, it's stronger than carbon fiber. But bass fiber, the wings, the surface, the structures, is I'd like to do east-all aircraft. There's a lot of stuff I'd like to do. Floating concrete, it sounds like a fantasy. That's one of the next videos that I'm going to show, because I'm going to be back at the pool. And I found one of my samples, and I'll toss it out in the pool, and you can see exactly how well how the stuff floats. And it's structural. Now, some of it is extremely heavy. Now, I'm not saying it's all light. It's by design. And the hempcrete can be made to like mitigate the radiation of Mars. It's just a tremendous resource. It's by design, though. I mean, and nothing is for free. So if you get one, you're taken away from the other. Just understand that part when you're doing your research. And okay, and okay, y'all. I don't got no more on this one. I just wanted to tell you that this is its last day, and that's the dryness of the soil that it's been living in, about where the roots were, 8 inches down. Um, and other than that, like I said, the other ones were growing a bigger root coming this way than this one was growing that way. Did a tremendous job. That's just telling that the tap, those were radial roots that were growing out sideways. The tap root went down. And it did it on its own. So it's a Highland volunteer. I did not plant it, nothing. I never tended it. I never, didn't abuse it or nothing, but I mean, I didn't make it any harder for it to live, but I did not make it any easier, is what I'm saying. That's all on its own. And I've had other ones like this grow. So this is not the first. This is just the first that I got seed from. That's the critical difference in the plant. Okay. I appreciate everything, y'all, and I'm going to cut this one loose, and I'm going to go about my businesses too. I got a semi-load of logs coming in with my firewood, like 15 cord or something like that. 45 rick, it's quite a bit. It's on there. It's a whole semi-load that they'll bring in, put it in a big old pile for me. I just got to cut it up and split it, but that'll give me something to do through the winter. It's just like exercise at the pool. It's what I live for. All right, guys, have a big one, and I appreciate your time.